You know, sometimes a person doesn't even realise the moment the change began. Like laughter slipping in when someone teases you just enough. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to tickle the truth awake. Maybe that truth was never hidden, just waiting for a smile to point at it. Just like you, learning to remember what you never knew you always were. Because when you chide with a grin, teasing with timing, wrapped in empathy and lightness, you do what masters do. You install new frames, like stories being whispered into dreams. There's a part of you, isn't there, that already knows how to live from a new operating system. One that laughs at limitation, that plays with pain, that flips problems into punchlines and turns every challenge into a character in your personal comedy. And in every story, the hero never knows they're growing until they've grown. The clever wizard never explains. He gestures, smiles, and lets the student discover. And isn't it interesting? Every time you notice yourself noticing, you're reinforcing the reality that beliefs shape reality, just like that. You could pretend you're starting fresh, but isn't that pretending already a demonstration that change has begun? The forgetting is just another way of remembering what really matters. Because maybe, the moment you joke about the fear dissolves. The second you wink at resistance, resistance backs down. The minute you play with pressure, pressure becomes your punchline. And every time you laugh, you're rewiring your brain, rewriting your beliefs, reshaping your reality. You're realizing now deeply that failure isn't failure, it's feedback. Like the echo of a joke that didn't land, which only makes the next one sharper, smarter, funnier. See, those who tease best don't attack. They dance with tension. They mirror the mood and flip it. They show the strongest frame. It isn't the harshest one. It's the most playful, the most certain, the most unshakably amused. And you are that now. You just are. Because the state of mind is controllable. And right now, you're choosing joy disguised as mischief, truth disguised as teasing, growth disguised as giggles. You might be wondering, when did this become easy? The real question is, how deep can it go when it's easy? Let's say someone tells you they're stuck, and you, with that sparkle, say, well, maybe you're marinating in your next breakthrough. Hope it's a spicy one. And suddenly, stuckness is seasoning. Suddenly, problems, they're plot twists. Suddenly, you're the one who makes change feel like comedy. And transformation, that's just a punchline waiting for timing. The confident chider knows rapport is created, not found. So they observe, they mirror, they match. And once the resonance is there, they play with the edges, pulling people towards their better selves with a tug of humour and a wink of certainty. Because authenticity attracts. You've seen it, you've felt it, you've been it. The unapologetic, vibrant, curious you who just is. And that energy is contagious, like laughter at a funeral that reminds everyone, life still lives here. That's the kind of belief you now exude. You believe now your potential is limitless. Not someday, now, because growth is infinite. And momentum beats perfection, and action creates clarity. And you've been acting, haven't you? Right now, just by listening, just by remembering what you've never forgotten. You're stepping into mastery that doesn't need permission. Let me tell you something curious. The universe has a sense of humour, and it rewards those who play with it. Those who boldly leap, laughing all the way, knowing even the fall is part of the punchline. As you embody these beliefs, these ways of being, you start to notice others mirroring you, leaning in, laughing more, opening up. Like you've cracked a secret code for reality. And now the world responds in kind. Because you're broadcasting with a frequency that says, I get it. Life's weird. Let's play. Now that shift is happening. Now that new system is online, installing beneath words beyond logic, in the space between syllables, in the rhythm of your breath, in the pause that makes meaning. You're becoming someone who reframes reality with a smirk, solves problems with a punchline, and creates connection with a wink and a well-placed tease. And maybe you don't have to believe it all at once. Maybe just notice the next smile, the next unexpected laugh, the next moment of courage disguised as comedy. And when that happens, you'll know it's already installed.